right one. I walking like a vertical, look clear, aim. You want smoke, I heard it. You talk big, all wordy, all bark, no bite. You can't win this fight. I seen your hand shake when the room got quiet. I don't need a threat, I bring it, then I write. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Tick, tick, hear that whistle, step too close, get the missile. Blood in my eyes, stealing my jaw. Say my name once, then stand by the law. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't just a crowd, I let them come. I stare here hard like a loaded drum. You keep on talking, I keep on moving. Your chest gets loud, but your legs ain't proving. You want that title, you want that crown. I take one look and I shut it down. I crash when the flow gets mean. I came in clean, let the scene pristine. Tick, tick, hear that whistle, step too close, get the missile. Blood in my eyes, stealing my jaw. Say my name once, then stand by the law. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah, 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 yeah. I don't bend, I don't break, I don't flinch, I don't fake. Every shot you throw just feeds my pace. Every lie you spit, I put back in your face. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, yeah. You came for when you left with none. I'm the right one, yeah. I'm not the
TRUF, truth.
He's the mirage in the rear view glass.
It's Ray from Dallas.
Was he here? Was he there? Was he ever mine?
Ray from Dallas?
Just a trick played by time.
This dude is savage as fuck.
Or just a dream?
What up, Ray from Dallas?
Ray from Dallas, tell me true.
He's fun.
Hi, Ray.
This appears to be a black man. Ray from Dallas.
Let's take this walk.
Is he real or just a dream? Falling stars or a laser beam? Ray from Dallas, tell me true. Are you the myth or the man I knew?
This dude is
Savage as fuck.
That's what this case is about. It's about the truth. Not hiding it or concealing it, but exposing the truth.
yeah.
Don't let them get away with this. Do not endorse and sanction an investigation that is broken and corrupted top to bottom. That's why you stand as the guardian of justice and the protector of justice. And my question to you is, what will you do with this moment?
Hey, you did that, look at you go. Drop that down and now the whole room know. Big heart energy still in the show. You walk in and the whole place grows. Old school smile with a fresh new grin. Same sweet spot, let the chaos in. Cards on the table, you win again. Everybody turn when you step in. Hands up, look alive. You made the whole night rise. They've been waiting on your name. Now it burns through the frame. Let's fucking go. Let's fucking go. You did that, and everybody knows. Turn up, toast to them, move. Let's fucking go. Big heart energy still in the show. Toast to them.
I will not be silenced, and we will continue on our journey for justice for John O'Keefe and for Karen Reed.
Shout out to everybody on here from that 214 to around the states to across the pond. Salute to the beautiful Kayla in the building. The beautiful Brit Happens in the building. Shout out to Vicky. She say we'll be lurking. Salute. Shout out to Catherine and shout out to Jordan in the building. Salute to y'all. Well, it's your boy, RFD, a.k.a. Ray from Dallas. And ladies and gentlemen, I say welcome back. Welcome back, and I appreciate everybody for popping in, right? And I appreciate everybody who liked, share, the videos, it mean everything. So I just want to let y'all know that off the tizop, right? Now, I mean, if we go keep it 100, I say the egregious 19-minute timeline. The timeline never made sense. Let's take this walk. Never made sense. Now, as we know, there are cases that leave you speechless because we could look at it and see they're simple, but because they raise questions that refuse to go away. Shout out to Classic, right? Who put this video together that I'm gonna go over. We're talking about the 19-minute controversial timeline in the Richard Allen case. But before anything else, let's remember the two innocent girls who lost their lives. Their families deserve the truth and deserves justice. But justice isn't just about reaching a verdict. Justice is about making sure every piece of the evidence is carefully examined, every important question is answered. That's real talk. If you're going to take away someone's freedom for the rest of their life, the evidence should withstand every challenge, not because people told you to accept it, but because it shows for itself. Right? It shows for itself. Now, today isn't about rewriting history. It's about asking the difficult questions and encouraging people to examine the publicly available, publicly available documents. The information for yourself. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take this walk. Shout out to Amy_Boston in the building. Salute. Glad to see you again. Shout out to everybody that's here. If y'all hit that like button for me, it'll mean everything. If y'all could share, it'll mean everything too. Going over this Richard Allen case. Like I say, it changed me, right? And it changed me for the good, right? Because I never seen nothing like this. I seen people get railroaded, but railroaded like this, never. It made me examine and look at people going forward, right? To see, if people is really real, right? Because in this Richard Allen case, I don't see nobody that's real. I see a bunch of scammers and fakers and corrupt motherfuckers who all involved in this shit. Like Britt say, prosecutors need to do their job. Isn't cross their T's before taking someone's freedom away. That's facts. That's why this case is so disturbing to me. It's not like it's something like no other. This ain't the type of case you see and you be like, this ain't the type of case you see when there's zero evidence pointing towards Richard Allen. It's a mockery of holding that oath, protecting the law, right? And doing your job. And what we see clear cut, no debating in this case. We seen a bunch of stupid assholes not do their job. And guess what else we seen? A bunch of stupid assholes not give a fuck about sending Richard Allen to prison for 130 years. They didn't give a shit. As discombobulated this whole case was, it's astonishing what the verdict was. And what the verdict was, reality hitting everybody in the world on how fucked up this world could be and how fucked up people could be, right? And how fucked up people do anything, get themselves in position and just say, fuck you. And that's real shit. Because people ain't shit. People ain't shit, and I mean that with everything in me. People ain't shit. You think about this Richard Allen case, all these motherfuckers ain't shit, right? But it's just like our everyday life, people who around us really ain't shit. You know, people who we talk to, they really ain't shit. Because you don't know who you could trust. You ever seen, yeah, right, you ever seen Trial 4? On Netflix, Trial 4, you talking about with that black dude? I think I seen that. You ain't talking about Richard Allen. Yeah, I seen that. I mean, if this case ain't change some people and make you look at shit different, then you're not human. Cause this show changed me. And it's changing me every day to where now, for real, Amy, Sean Ellis, yup. I watched that shit and I was very intrigued. I watched that. But like that, like Amy speaking on, he was in jail like 20 some years, wasn't he, Amy? Or something like that. Look at that. This dude, innocent, 20 some years. He was young though. Richard Allen's old man going to prison. But it's still fucked up. I'm not saying nothing worse than worse, but I'm just telling y'all the reality of what the Richard Allen shit did. And even that now too, thinking about that, I got to go watch that again. It just show you, yeah, damn, 26 years. It just show you this is a dog eat dog world, right? You don't know who fucking sincere or who fucking real in this motherfucker. You don't know. Because people will fuck you over. Look at Richard Allen. Look at Sean Ellis, right? Look at Turtle Boy. Because he's the one, in my opinion, who really got fucked over. 19 years old. Man, yeah, oh, that's bullshit. God damn, when did that come out? Because I seen it a while ago. I gotta watch that again though. Cause Turtle Boy, the one who really got fucked over and still going through it. Man on vacation watching his case get, oh, you know, that's a damn shame, you know. Yeah, Karen Reed was a part of it, but she didn't do no jail time, you know, and I ain't trying to be insensitive, but Turtle Boy put in all the work and, you know, whoop-de-whoop made it so easy. It wasn't easy for him, though. And it still ain't easy for him now, because he's still going through shit. All right, Karen Reed, civil case. Okay. Like, it would have been different if, you know, like, I ain't got no problem with her, but it would have been different if she wouldn't have did the goat like that. And, you know, like I said, I ain't got no problem with it. It just would have been different. I would have curved more. I'm glad she's not in jail, but this silver case, I don't give a shit about, just being honest. Because I think of guys like Richard Allen, right? Boy, I know he'll be grateful as hell, boy, if he had a turtle boy. I guarantee you that. He'll be grateful as hell if he had a turtle boy. So, you know, you could take it as shots fired, whatever. I don't give a shit. I don't care about a silver trial. Don't. I'm glad she's innocent. That she was found innocent. That's what I am happy about. But I don't give a fuck about that, you know, because the afterwards of it, yeah, I'm over it, but I still remember. So I don't really care. I care about Turtle Boy, the GOAT, what he going through. You know, how he put his life on the fucking line. He went to jail the most days and shit. He should get the most fucking money. Shit. He the story. He the story. But like I said, that show you about people. Right? And like I said, this ain't no shot. This is me telling the truth. Look at Karen Reed, how she did after the GOAT freed her. All right, this over with, but look what she did. And I hope they get back cool together, but look what she did. They just show you how people is, right? Boy, when they need you, boy, they but when they don't need you no more, they like, fuck you. And let something little make into something big and to forget about. The Turtle Boy saved her fucking life. Shout out to the beautiful, pretty Kookie in the building. Hello, beautiful. Hope you have an awesome day in Kentucky at your new studio. When next time you going live? And I always been in the lives. I just really don't like commenting no more. Pretty Cookie. I really don't. I just don't like commenting in chats no more that much, really. But yours, you know, I comment the most in there, but I be in your stuff all the time. But I mean, that's just a prime example. Like, just think if Richard Allen had the GOAT, you think he'll take that, you know, for granted that the GOAT got him free? Nope. 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 That's what tell you about people. How, like, man, his hard work got her through 2 murder cases. Man. Then after that, you know, like, whoop, this situation happened. It's just like, forget, he just saved my life. But like I said, I ain't got no problems with saying, I'm just speaking on real shit that show you how fucking people are. All right? And had a fucking goat, his hard work, just got fucking threw away like a rag doll. You know, like real talk. Real talk. Like he going through his shit right now. He was at every one of her cases, man. You ain't seen her at one of his. Real talk. That's why I don't care about a civil case. I think the GOAT deserve more money. That's me. Can't speak for everybody else, but that's me. Because I think about Richard Allen now, right? And this man having no evidence against him. None. Not a Titi Nathaniel. Look what happened to him. Think about it. 19, the egregious 19-minute timeline. Everybody who watched this case or who getting familiar with this case like me, they know the timeline never made sense. Never. It never made sense. Ever. Right? And I'm not saying that people went out here fighting for Richard Allen because a lot of people was. I see the work. It's a lot of work put in. But when you got corruptive Delphi Police Department of that fucking dirty city, you know, it was a no-win situation for Richard Allen. Never made sense, ever, Amy _ Boston. Ever. Right? And cameras closed out to the people. You got the beautiful Andrea Burkhardt, Sleuth, Defensive Diaries, the dynamic duo Bob and Allie covering it. You got Lawyer Lee covering it. You got a lot of people covering it. A lot of people around the world was covering it. Saying how this shit didn't make no sense. But he got screwed the fuck over, right? But the reason why I bring up Turtle Boy is because, damn, what if he had a Turtle Boy like Karen Reed did? That's the truth. I wish he did. Because everything in me cold-heartedly know that he wouldn't have been in prison now. But what happened was Turtle Boy started going through his own shit, too. So he was locked in on freeing her and still freeing himself, right? Because when he went to jail, man, for 60 days, more than anybody in that case, even the defendant, Karen Reed, this case became enormous. And like I said, it breaks my heart, right? It do. Because when I think about Richard Allen, man, when I think about this guy right here, it's free Richard Allen. He was framed. He was the highest amount of frame that you could think of somebody being framed. That's why it's free Richard Allen, right? The egregious 19-minute timeline, right? And that's real talk. That's real talk. So see me, You got to call it for what it is, right? You really do. It ain't no, you can't sugarcoat. You can't do none of that other stuff. You got to call it for exactly the way it is. And look at this innocent man, a veteran who served our country behind bars because he got framed the worst I ever seen in my history of living on this earth, right? Got tortured. Tortured. He got tortured so bad, he went crazy. They was giving him bad medicine, keeping the lights on him. He was scared to eat because he was telling his daddy that they was putting stuff in his food. Imagine that. And they convict him off this bullshit ass 19-minute timeline. Ain't that a bitch? Ain't that fucked up? 19-minute timeline. And you're gonna find out when we get to these clips that he had a heart condition. How the fuck could he do this in 19 minutes? Boy, Classic is amazing with putting these videos together. Amazing. That's why I say, man, like, on real G shit, like, I wish he had a turtle boy. Like, for real, I wish he had a turtle boy. I really do. Because I'm pretty damn sure with everything in me, right, that man will be free. And Kayla say, maybe one girl, but not two. At the size and age they were, yeah, and they were swimmers. They was in, like you gonna see in this video, they was in way better shape than him. And also, but Classic is so great at this. Like, how, think about it. If one girl sees something getting done to the other one, they ain't gonna sit there calmly like they don't think nothing ain't gonna happen to them. Yeah, they didn't fight back. One could have run. Yeah, they could have. Exactly. Man. And before we get to this video, boy, Classic's so great. Like, she put this up right here of this Clegan Klein son of a bitch. Y'all check this out.
Libby's phone was found at the crime scene. We were able to get into her phone and discovered Libby had been speaking to an Anthony Schatz.
It was my sleepover that we were at when my sister and her friend were talking to someone on the internet, and Liberty and I were kind of just like in the background watching, observing. And they, thought he was fun and cool. And he was like, oh, I have another friend I think you guys would like, which was Anthony Schatz. And so then they were like DMing him.
In reality, Libby had been speaking with a person by the name of Kegan Klein.
Kegan Klein was in his 20s, unemployed, and living at his dad's house, approximately 30 to 40 minutes from Delphi.
He liked to catfish girls for nude pictures and anything else that he thought he could obtain from them.
Police discovered that he chatted the night before the murders with Libby.
And those communications appeared to be sexually motivated.
Police raided Kegan Klein's house on February 25th, 2017. They found a bunch of his phones, including over 100 videos and photos of naked underage girls.
Think about that. This super abominable snowman built piece of crap, right? He was planning to be this dude, Anthony Schatz, and talking about how they was gonna meet up, right? Are you kidding? Like, this is what I'm talking about right here. They had that against him, acting like he was this other little boy. Saying all type of sexual things and saying this and that to the little girl. And what did Asshosman do? Asshosman just ruled him out. But this is great work by Classic. Check this out.
Libby's phone was found at the crime scene. We were able to get into her phone and discovered Libby had been speaking to an Anthony Shots.
It was my sleepover that we were at when my sister and her friend were talking to someone on the internet, and Liberty and I were kind of just like in the background watching, observing, and they, thought he was fun and cool. And he was like, oh, I have another friend I think you guys would like, which was Anthony Shots. And so then they were like DMing him.
In reality, Libby had been speaking with a person by the name of Kagan Klein.
Kagan Klein was in his 20s, unemployed, and living at his dad's house, approximately 30 to 40 minutes from Delphi.
He liked to catfish girls for nude pictures and anything else that he thought he could obtain from them.
Police discovered that he chatted the night before the murders with Libby.
And those communications appeared to be sexually motivated.
Police raided Kagan Klein's house on February 25th, 2017. They found a bunch of his phones, including over 100 videos and photos of naked underage girls.
Ain't this crazy? Ain't this crazy? Oh, we just getting started, y'all. But please, everybody, I want to give y'all a chance to like, share, and if you ain't subscribed, please subscribe. We'll be right back, please.
The wind hums low, a hollow refrain through cracked window panes. It calls my name. The clock ticks slow. Its echo stays. Each moment drags, then slips away. Blue, blue curtains are hiding all my pain. Blue, blue curtains.
Man, salute, salute, salute. Salute. Now, we back. Yeah, I apologize, but I just want to give everybody a chance to like and share. Shout out to all the people that's on X right now. Man, if y'all on X, come over here and subscribe to Ray from Dallas. All one word. Come show up and show out. Because we're going to keep it lit over here. We're going to keep it 100, Like I said, like, it's about keeping it 100, man. Because look at this right here, this Cleveland Klein. Think how much the GOAT would have been on that. With us knowing his work ethic and with us knowing how he coming, think how much he would have been on that. I think a guy like Richard Allen would try to say something about the recording because, it get recorded because somebody's, acting a little hostile? No, I don't think so. You know why? Because he's actually in jail, right? See, he didn't just go to the county. He went from the county straight to the prison immediately. And I just think about that when I think about Richard Allen and just think like, damn, what if he had to go? What if he had to go? That's what I think about. That's why I say, like, I am happy that we getting all this stuff to come out, but only for the GOAT, right? I'm glad Karen Reed free, but I'm glad all this other stuff coming out only for the GOAT. Cause like I say, he the real MVP. Still going through what he going through, right? Yeah, that's just me. I just think about the opportunity, like they could have did the Wilbur and the arrogance and ego after being free, like so. And then I'm looking at this case right here, and it just bring back them memories of a recording. This dude didn't have a chance. On the Monopoly board, it was skip and go straight to jail. Being cooperative. It wasn't no him getting out and they put him and they isolated him. That's what I think about. And like when, people still be high end for Karen Reed, I ain't really in that I'm high end for the GOAT. I'm glad the information coming out because it's all a GOAT work. Like I said, I'm glad she free, but, I still ain't rocking with how the episode happened and, how that made out of nothing and, it's just me. No problems with it though, I just ain't rocking with it. I'm glad all this information coming out for the GOAT. He did the hard work. He went to jail the most, right? And I think if a guy like Richard Allen had the GOAT, well, he wouldn't be acting this way, boy, he'll be forever grateful. That's what I think, right? Now, like I said, the egregious 19-minute timeline, right? Now, they call them HTC, because we don't really like, because, they say this is some of the craziest shit that I done seen. Shout out to Classic, man. She put this together, like, this is some of the craziest shit I've ever seen. Because I didn't know how, we got humans out here who would just act like they don't see what they see and try to think of everything else around it, and just the illiteracy of the words that come out their mouth, right? So let's get to it.
Making all of these proclamations about Richard Allen's mental condition and making the false claim that was demonstrably false about Mr. Allen having been involved in a domestic violence episode. It's not true. And
before we get to that, I forgot her name right here. It's a possum, but she is great.
Making all of these proclamations about Richard Allen's mental condition and making the false claim that was demonstrably false about Mr. Allen having been involved in a domestic violence episode. It's not true. And I actually called them out on it because I was like, okay, well, maybe she's a journalist, right? So maybe she's going to be willing to correct her record here. Maybe this is going to be something that we can get remedied. And so I sent her a message on her YouTube and was like, this is not true. Here's the actual story from the newspaper. What Mr. Allen was actually doing was threatening to kill himself. And his wife, rightfully so, terrified, called the cops and said, hey, man, I don't know what to do. I'm scared for my husband's life. So this is, I think that I was staying out of the current controversy over the stalking claim and the 9-hour live, and I was making fun of it because it's fucking ridiculous. And it's shown itself to be a goddamn lie and a ploy. But then I got a text from Lauren. I'm like, why are you texting me? Or I'm sorry, the DM. And I'm like, what? First of all, don't DM me like this. Second of all, do not give me a fucking task. If there's anything else that says his name, would you help keep him private? Someone must have accidentally missed that his name was in court exhibits. I realize many people think I deserve this, but I would value any help making sure his name doesn't get out. Thank you for considering it. What? First of all, do not use your child as a shield from a shitstorm that you brought down on yourself. Also, go ahead and contact your lawyer and say, hey, why the fuck didn't you redact my son's name? Right? I mean, is this not giving master manipulation bullshit? I don't know, man. You give me a bing, because you will see that this is not the kind of bullshit to bring to my fucking table. I'm not sure who she thought she was talking to. I'm not saying that I'm the end all be all and my shit don't stink, but man, oh man, if you've known me for one hot fucking second, you know that this does not go over well, especially when I've been critical of you, especially when I've made contact with you to try to get you to correct the record and you've ignored it. But sure, why not say, help me protect my minor son? I didn't do anything. No, nobody did. You did. So I responded because I'm like, first of all, playing victim when the world is literally falling apart and journalists are actually getting fucking killed. Friends of mine, and I've said this before, and this is why it fucking fires me up so much. Don't play a victim as a reporter. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Oh, shit. She said, fuck you. Fuck you. Now, look, boy, she talking that shit, and I love it. But, boy, she scaring me. I don't want no smoke with her. She said, when I asked you to correct it, and you could tell she not playing. Right? She is not playing. She is dead ass serious. Right? And when she's saying correct the record, like, if you put something out there and you got a big channel, because I done seen a goat go with them before, right? This the eyebrow lady. Now, watch this silly ass shit they say.
Making all of these proclamations about Richard Allen's mental condition and making the false claim that was demonstrably false about Mr. Allen having been involved in a domestic violence episode. It's not true.
Oh, my bad. Here we go.
So I replied because I'm can't. Lauren, you need to contact the court to make appropriate redactions and protect your son. You should know that. I'm happy to take down the thing I posted. I won't be policing the files out there, as I'm not terribly interested in what you have going on, nor do I plan to share them around and pick them apart. I don't know what you do or do not deserve. I do know that friends of mine, actual journalists in the field, have been killed, arrested, exiled, and have to hear drones over their apartments at night, wondering if Russia will hit. They are actual victims. Call the courts. Take care of your son by common sense fucking action. Jesus Christ. All right. I understand. Thank you, Andy, for your response and consideration. This part sat wrong with me. And maybe I should have been more clear in my response, but I thought I laid it on pretty thick. They are actual victims, right? You think that somebody would understand what the hell I am trying to talk about here? I understand. This is from her. DB, yes. Oh, DB. I understand. Thank you, Andy. Also, don't use my name. That's the other thing. You don't know me. It's Ms. Kopsa, or to whom it may concern. I understand. Thank you, Andy, for your response and consideration. I'm sincerely heartbroken to hear what your journalist friends whose lives are at risk are dealing with. Are you? Fucking are you? With the fear and the pain they must face every day, they are victims. I hope we can get to a better place in this world. I will take common sense action. Lauren. Well,
we're going to deepen this a lot, by the way. I'm still at the surface of her analysis here, but it's not hard to imagine a guy like Richard Allen having, for whatever reasons, having sexual fantasies about young female teenagers. And one scenario I could develop, and this is speculation, but it's consistent with sexual motivations, is that Allen, let's just say hypothetically, that Richard Allen's daughter was entering puberty and adolescence, and perhaps go ahead. Perhaps he was already, maybe he already had some attractions to young female adolescents, and as his daughter was in that age range, it may have heightened or amplified those fantasies. And obviously his daughter would be taboo. I think most people would know that, including Richard Allen, but the fantasies continued. The fantasies, for whatever reasons, they probably continued. They escalated. It's not hard to imagine somebody like Allen really struggling with these fantasies and almost to the point where they could have become a type of obsession. And it gets to the point, like Kohberger, for example, that Kohberger seems clearly a case of someone who had some obsessive compulsive features.
Kohberger is also discharged, but yes.
Yeah, also charged. Kohberger felt some need to act on those fantasies, those obsessions, in order to reduce the anxiety he was experiencing, if it is Kohberger. And same thing here. So you would imagine, somebody with no previous record, although he could have a record, he doesn't because he wasn't charged. Somebody with no previous record of violence, there's some family conflicts, family strife, right? He's, for whatever reasons, he's developing these fantasies. They're probably at some point becoming overpowering. There's probably a triggering event in here. I don't know what that is. If I had to guess, it might have something to do with his daughter. I would speculate that there might have been some type of fight or falling out with his daughter, and I'll get into that more later. But okay. And he, for whatever reasons, I don't know if he knew that Libby and Addie were going to be on the Monon High Bridge Trail that day. I'm not sure if there's any connections there. It doesn't necessarily have to be. There could have been some trigger that brought him. He knew that school was out that day, February 13th. He knew that there might be kids on the bridge, because kids, when school's out, they go over to the Monon Bridge High Trail. And he went there armed. We know he went there with a gun. and a box cutter, potentially, and allegedly he went there with those weapons. He may have just been looking to see if there were any victims.
Boy, head and shoulders. All right. Head and shoulders. Boy, this guy right here, the fuck is your imagination? Fucking thing. And this is so cold-blooded. So cold-blooded. For Head and Shoulders to say that, right? He's speaking on that man's daughter and say he was looking at his daughter like that. Why would Head and Shoulders say that? And why would she sit over there and just nod her head? Right? This dude got to be out his rabbit ass mind. Like, what the fuck did you think of that at? About this dude? You don't know this dude. And then when you say problems, he was having a mental breakdown. You don't. Boy, Head and Shoulders is out of there for that. It wasn't because of this other you talking about. Oh my God. Oh wee. Oh wee. And he it's like this guy right here is, he think he's so smart. He sound illiterate. And he just like talking to himself. All right, you can just see the redness of his jaw just flap out every time he talk. Like that is, what the fuck would he think of that at? And he talking about, oh, Richard Allen knew this, knew that. Man, shut the fuck. Talk about Keegan Klein, you dumb idiot, who was texting the girl that night. And man, shut the fuck up. Like, ain't that the dumbest shit? Like I said, man, Richard Allen gone away for a long time until he get set free. Because he gonna get set free, right? Like this bullshit that they spilling. Man, think if the GOAT didn't have what he was going on, and think if he had the GOAT at that time. Man, totally different situation, right? And that's just the truth, right? Because the GOAT would have ate this fucking case up and put so much pressure if he didn't have his own shit going on. You seen how they did him? That's why I respect the GOAT with everything in me, right? Because he did all of that. Stood up, they went against him. You could see it. You know, it fucked him up, but he still kept his head high and kept going, right? And that's respect. Like, for real. Let's continue.
Defense was very straightforward and honest today. The defense, as they were questioning Jamie, said, let's just get right to it. And she asked the following questions. I'm going to put them up here on your screen. She said, did Richard Allen ever molest you? In which Jamie responded, no, he did not. They asked again, did Richard Allen ever touch you? In which Jamie responded, no, he did not. The defense asked her at the end of that questioning, do you love him? Do you love your brother Richard Allen? In which she said yes. Next up, immediately after that, we heard from Richard Allen's daughter, Brittany. She came up on the stand. She said, Richard Allen is my father. She said she lived at home, of course, growing up as a teenager until she went to school years later. And it was similar line of questioning that we heard from the defense to his sister and his daughter. Similar questions, including, did your father ever molest you? In which she said no. Do you love your father? She said yes. The defense asked her, would you lie for him? She said no.
I would think that you would want to correct the record. So you got a chance. Baby girl. Look at you sitting there in awe. Why? Because, man, I think it was Every Day with Jay did a very interesting live stream the other day. And she was going through, I think, a Patreon episode where you were dishing about all the behind the scenes at CrimeCon. Talking about your front row seat with all the Delphi people getting their Crime Fighter of the Year. And about how you become very close with the family. Right? Yeah. Yeah, that's what she does. Here's a little tip for Lauren the Tweedles. There's this thing called the Dart Center for Trauma-Informed Journalism, Columbia University. Give it a Cecil. Look it up. Tells you what to do and not do. One thing you don't do is become a fucking parasite on the families. I don't know, man. May affect your reporting, may affect your entire fucking outlook. No. And these two out here talking about antisocial behavior online leading to real life. Yeah. Criminality getting served at her home for a copyright strike. Yeah, by these two ding-dongs. Me. Having these two dipshits contact a former freelance outlet that I was defaming them, which is misrepresentation to a third party, Kevin, which is not right. And then there's relentlessly coming for Ange across several states. I don't know, man. It doesn't look great. Doesn't look great. But y'all keep talking.
Oh, wow. Would you look at that? Would you look at that? Would you look at that? And shout out the sub to Express in the building. Say they portrayed a veteran with PTSD, self-harm incident as a domestic violence incident, as if Kathy called the police on him rather than calling 911 for him. Boy, talk that shit. Sub to Express. That's the truth. We just seen it. But they tried to make it like they didn't see that. Like they didn't know that it was a mental problem, that it was self-harm towards himself. They act like they didn't see that, child. Oh, wait. And why I say, imagine if a Karen Reed, imagine if Richard Allen had Turtle Boy. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. And why I say, like, when it comes to shit now, I only give a fuck about the GOAT, right? Like, this Richard Allen case done really changed me and make me look at shit different, like, for real. Because everything the GOAT did, and for her to do him like that, which I'm over it, I'm just thinking about it now, using it as an example. Shout out to my dog, Skinny, in the building, right? That is like the worst slap in the face ever to me after putting in all that work, going to jail. Man, Richard Allen, I just wonder if Richard Allen had the GOAT, right? You know? And why I say, like, the Silver case that's going on, I just like the fact that it's for the GOAT. I'm just worried about him because he's still facing, these criminal charges, right? He done paid, finna be over $1 million, or probably over $1 million in fees. He showed up to every one of her court dates, right? She ain't showed up to now one of his. And like I said, just keeping it a buck, right? Like, and that's why, I rock with the GOAT, like, for real, because, man, that man did the most jail time out of that situation, still going through it. So, yeah, like, yeah, I'm glad she's free, but whatever. Like, I'm like this about the Silver case. Whatever. I'm just happy. It's for the GOAT. That's all I'm thinking about. Because you really look at this now, like I say, and like I say, I'm just speaking on situation. Ain't no problem. I'm just keeping it a book. I just think about, you know, saving a person from murder, right? When this corrupt ass Massachusetts was after you, and he single-handedly brought them down. Because for 13 months they weren't doing shit. Alan Jackson had to come out there and say, y'all, please take a look at this case. Turtle Boy put his hand up. And then, like, the phone recording, like I say, I just can't get over that. Like, I'm over it, but I ain't worried. I'm glad she's free, but all that other stuff, I don't care. I'm rocking with the GOAT. Because, you know, he should have never got done like that. And I mean, that's just, he shouldn't have. He didn't deserve that. Right? Because when I think about Richard Allen, I think, like, God damn, if Richard Allen had to go. Right? If Richard Allen had to go, I'm like, damn. If Richard Allen had to go. Oh, Angie's our Turtle Boy, one of the murder sheets, lunatic sources filed a false report accusing her of plotting the sheriff prosecutors and then Holman swatted Ange and her dad. Is Ange criminality? I'm glad and I get it, yeah, but the thing is, like, Richard Allen needed more. Like, what I'm saying is, I'm just using it as an example so people could see, like, how this case done changed me. Oh, R&M, okay, yeah, R&M. R&M Productions. Oh, she cold. Oh, she good. But I know that they said something about sending something. They sent something to criminality. That's what Miss Andy was saying on that, right? That's why this is so important. That's why it should wake your eyes up to see who the fuck, you know, motherfuckers really is and how this shit could really go. Like, look at this shit railroaded. You know, these motherfuckers making up this false shit. People will turn on you. People will get what they can and get the fuck on. Yeah, I got it mixed up. my bad. One of Nicholas McClellan witnesses for the false contempt charges against Rick attorneys that Gus should kick them off for was the lunatic murder sheet source who filed the false report on Ash. Did anything ever come out of that? The whole situation was insane, and I believe you. Man, I wish I was there for it. But I'm glad I'm here now. Getting it right. Oh man, I'm so sorry. Crazy. I know I apologize. Right? And I wish I was there for it, but I'm here for it now. Real talk and staying down because, you know, like, this is real shit I'm saying. Fucking veteran. Just get railroaded like fucking that, man. Get out of here. Let's go to the next clip, y'all.
If he's an honest guy, then you'd have to say, according to her, if he's not malingering, then you'd have to say that he's being honest. He's being honest on the test. He's being honest in his confessions.
Yeah.
Unless I guess you argue that he's so psychotic that he can't understand where he is, that his mental state is so disoriented that he can't make sense of anything. But when he's talking to Kathy, for example, during some of the confessions, he clearly knows where he is and he clearly knows who he's talking to, right? Mm-hmm. So in that sense, he's oriented. He's not, at least in that moment, it doesn't appear that he's psychotic. You may wrap around some psychotic symptoms around that moment, but again, like, the question of malingering gets to whether behavior is purposeful, whether he can plan that. Are there moments during those videos when it's very clear that he knows what he's doing and why he's doing it?
Dr. Westcott, in her testimony, She started today telling jurors that she met with Richard Allen last year inside prison to conduct a detailed series of psychological exams on him. Based on those exams and reviewing what she said were countless videos and phone calls and prison reports and medical reports and handwriting samples, Dr. Westcott wrote a 127-page report about Richard Allen's mental state. And we want to show you what her conclusions were. She said Richard Allen has a very long history of mental health disorders going back to when he was a child. The doctor referred to him as a fragile egg when he arrived at the Westville Correctional Facility. She said Richard Allen was not faking or exaggerating his mental health issues while incarcerated. And she said that he showed a clear decline in his mental and physical health within, she said, about 4 months of arriving at the prison. Dr. Westcott said Allen showed a significant slowing of his thinking around the time of his confessions. Based on her analysis, she said Richard Allen suffered from major depressive disorder around the time of his confessions. And she said that disorder combined with high levels of stress caused him to suffer psychosis during the time period when he made his incriminating statements.
Okay, said the sheriff's department that Holman ropes into the swatting incident, subpoenaed Holman and Anne's phone records. Damn. Phone records vindicated Anne's. Holman acted on verifiable false info from a state witness. And then shit happened to that motherfucker? Oh, that's fucked up. Boy, this is a fucked up, this some fucked up shit. I didn't think about that. He knew that shit. He knew wasn't nothing gonna come up out that shit. Damn. Oh, paraphrasing because yeah, no, I get it. I get it. Thank you, subjects. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, Andy Copeser did some strange. Yeah, that's who we looking at now. That I mean, and look, I got to get some more in tune with her because that's who we looking at now. So who I mean? The motherfucker got a bitch ass promotion. God damn. That fucking weasel face piece of shit got a promotion. God damn. So that bitch getting more money, you know, jelly donut eating piece of shit. Like, this is so fucked up, y'all. Right? It was like, one thing that ever happens to Holman is promotion. That's crazy. That's crazy. How the fuck did they get this piece of shit? You say now the Holman is in charge of every single investigation in the northern half of Indiana. Oh my gosh. Now that's fucking frightening, terrifying, and scary. It's scary. Man. Ooh wee. People who went along with Holman misconduct got promoted right up under him along the way too. It's so, boy, it's frustrating and infuriating. You're right. And it's fucked up. It's fucked up. Right? It's fucked up that this man got railroaded like this. This just show you how people live, fam. Man, we got fucked up people out here, bro. They like real fucked up. Like real fucked up. And people switch on you and do shit. Like she said, everybody up under him, they went up too. Man, Skin Row said, if heaven forbid anything ever happened to me or my family, that dumbass will be in charge of investigating. Oh my God, and you is out there, ain't you, Skinny? God damn, bro. Shout out to Montero of Dragons 173. What's popping? Salute, thanks for coming in. Damn. Damn, Skinny. And I remember you said you worked at that Indiana place from, like you said, 2018 or 2025 or 2019, 2025 or 26, something you said. I remember you were speaking on that the last time. Man, God, this scary, right? That's why, like, you know, this a fucking fucked up place we live in because it just shows you in the reality how motherfuckers really is in real life. Like, real talk. People will switch up, change on you, you know, use you, abuse you, and do all that other shit to you. That's real talk. And they will frame you, right? They'll turn the whole fucking people against you. Skin Row say the whole mistake police post is, oh my God, Skinny. Oh, wait. Damn, brother. Shit. Can you carry a pistol in Indiana? Like, because in Texas, we can just carry a pistol. Can y'all do that in Indiana? Damn. See what I'm saying? It's fucked up shit. Like, Skinny 15 miles away from that shit, y'all. Oh, he said, yes, you can, but you have to have a permit. Mm. Man. What's up, Tech say I missed it? Oh, say if God forbid that does happen, that Skinny, we will be on that motherfucker ass 24/7 until the end of time. I'm with you. Yeah, like I'm really cranking with y'all, like for real. And if y'all ain't hit that like button, hit that like button. If you ain't sure, please share. It's very appreciated. And if you can support the channel, you see the Venmo, Cash App, Super Chat. But the main thing, please like, share. And if you ain't subscribed, please subscribe. Help the channel go a long way. Because we own it, y'all. Like, man, you know, I'm tired of all that other shit and other shit. That's why I say, like, when I was speaking on, like, the Adam Deitch, everybody, you know, mostly in Massachusetts, on Adam Deitch, I don't like him. I ain't saying I don't like him. I ain't like the way he didn't answer the question. He went around the question. And I don't like nobody who finna come take over who can't know how to answer no question, right? And, you know, it's been the biggest corruption going on here. And it's just like, look what they going through in Delphi. Look at Skinny. He's like the dude covering half of the fucking Indiana. And he's 15 miles from him. Ain't everybody, ain't we ready to see this fucking shit get uncovered so Holman can get his jelly roll donut 1,000-pound built ass the fuck up out of there? Right, because that's the real shit that really matters, right? And it's fucked up how we coming, y'all. It's so fucked up. But that's when you just got to not give a fuck. Fuck it. You know, because when you try to do shit a certain way, you know, like, it's still gonna get looked at. So just say fuck it and do it how you do it, because I'm telling you, man, Richard Allen need us, and this free Ricky until Ricky is free. Let's continue.
Never once was Richard Allen declared incompetent in any way. It's also worth noting, and that's important because because you have to ask why, right?
After this, I'm fucking done with Lauren. I'm done. I mean, this is terrible journalism. This is what happens, and it impacts people's lives. It impacts the lives of defendants who were thrown into a prison and tortured, Dr. John. Right? But nah, fuck it. Who cares? Who gives a shit about any of that?
We heard from the Director of Behavioral Health for the Indiana Department of Corrections. Dr. Deanna Dwenger testified that Richard Allen was diagnosed with serious mental illness and also determined to be gravely disabled around the time of his confessions. She also said, according to DOC rules, inmates diagnosed with those mental health issues are only supposed to be kept in solitary confinement for up to 30 days. Allen was kept in solitary confinement for much longer than that, including the time period leading up to and after his diagnosis. Dr. Dwenger acknowledged that is toxic for someone with mental health conditions.
So, yeah, I remember we just heard, look, I want y'all cranks, I need y'all to hear me out, the OG cranks, right? Let me go back to this one because there was this other doctor. This doctor right here, the other doctor was full of shit. This one right here.
If he's an honest guy, then you'd have to say, according to her, if he's not malingering, then you'd have to say that he's being honest. He's being honest on the test. He's being honest in his confessions.
Yeah.
Unless I guess you argue that he's so psychotic that he can't understand where he is, that his mental state is so disoriented that he can't make sense of anything. But when he's talking to Kathy, for example, during some of the confessions, he clearly knows where he is and he clearly knows who he's talking to, right? So in that sense, he's oriented. He's not, at least in that moment, it doesn't appear that he's psychotic. You may wrap around some psychotic symptoms around that moment, but again, like the question of malingering gets to whether behavior is purposeful, whether he can plan that, are there moments during those videos when it's very clear that he knows what he's doing and why he's doing it.
Dr. Westcott, in her testimony, she started today telling jurors that she met with Richard Allen last year inside prison to conduct a detailed series of psychological exams on him. Based on those exams and reviewing what she said were countless videos and phone calls and prison reports and medical reports and handwriting samples, Dr. Westcott wrote a 127-page report about Richard Allen's mental state. And we want to show you what her conclusions were. She said Richard Allen has a very long history of mental health disorders going back to when he was a child. The doctor referred to him as a fragile egg when he arrived at the Westville Correctional Facility. She said Richard Allen was not faking or exaggerating his mental health issues while incarcerated. And she said that he showed a clear decline in his mental and physical health within, she said, about 4 months of arriving at the prison. Dr. Westcott said Allen showed a significant slowing of his thinking around the time of his confessions. Based on her analysis, she said Richard Allen suffered from major depressive disorder around the time of his confessions. And she said that disorder combined with high levels of stress caused him to suffer psychosis during the time period when he made his incriminating statements.
Okay, so shout out to Westcott. Because I thought so, but I know it wasn't some other doctor like who testified or something that they just let say anything. But like I'm saying, listening to this, right? Listening to this. How ain't you seeing that he was like whoopty-whoop? Man, this is some fucked up shit. Akashi say, why don't we do a social experiment, Dr. Dan? Just throw you, say, see how you come out about that. Yeah, nah, for real, Head and Shoulders is, that I don't understand what's going on with cuz. Right? I don't get it. Like I just don't get it how the Westcott gave that information. He was like an egg. He done deteriorated more since he been here. He done been in solitary fucking confinement, which was against the fucking law. Yeah, man. You can't force feed somebody anti-psychotic medicine on someone and then say they aren't psychotic. Facts. Like you got, this was like some of the craziest shit I'm hearing right now, y'all. Like, and it's ridiculous, right? That's why, like I say, man, that's why what the GOAT did, right? Like, it's just, oh, then they fired Waller. Now, I remember Waller. Who was that again? That was that other one that we just seen. Like, that's why I say, man, I just imagine if Richard Allen had to go free Karen Reed, right? You know, I ain't mad, but I couldn't even rock that way like that with her. Like, I care about the civil case for the GOAT, because this is his work and he's still going through it. Anything else, nah. Nah. Because that man put in work, bro. And, man. Oh, wait, man. Just think if Richard Allen had him, bro. And I mean that with everything in me. And defense wasn't allowed to bring Waller getting fired at trial because God didn't know what a gate closure is. Wow. And then remember, also, now this was coming to my mind about that motherfucker who, that gull shit penguin face motherfucker let go Google something. Like, this the worst shit ever, bro. Yeah, Richard Allen deserves a new trial just from the bullshit his prison psych doctor did, man. Waller was Rick Purple Heart therapist in Westville. So was she good or bad? She was good, right? She is probably most of the Oh no, Waller bad. She bad. Waller the one bad, right? Okay, subject said, gate closure means your access to everything, including the gate to enter the facility, is revoked. Person, none. So she bad. Okay. Oh, wow. So she the bitch who was fucking him up. And then they fired her, and then hold up. They fired this bitch, and then the penguin face wouldn't let her in? Man, man. Oh, wow. Westcott, great. Waller, bad. Very bad. Okay, I get it now. And it's like Skinny say, oh no, Waller is like, I get it now. So the bitch got fired. So why wouldn't girls shit let, oh, this is fucked up, y'all. Oh, this fucked up. Oh, damn. And I'm thinking now, girl shit wouldn't let her testify, wouldn't let her be a part of the trial that she got fired and was fucking them up. Oh, man. Oh, it's crazy work. You see how it go? You see how it go? Is it fucked up or not? And Skinny say, like all I said, yes, Waller will probably turn up on some true crime show someday for really fucking up someone's head. Man. And Subtext say Waller got fired after internal investigation because she went digging through Keegan's client confidential mental health records, even though Keegan wasn't her patient. She was just obsessed with the case. Okay, but she was fucking up Richard Allen. So, and then God wouldn't let her, oh, this some fucked up shit. All right, let's continue. Let me make sure I didn't hear this. Let me see.
I hope this book is a warning flare to people everywhere. Are you serious? Oh my God.
Oh, no, hold up.
Never once was Richard Allen declared incompetent in any way. It's also worth noting, and that's important because because you have to ask why, right?
After this, I'm fucking done with Lauren. I'm done. I mean, this is terrible journalism. This is what happens, and it impacts people's lives. It impacts the lives of defendants who were thrown into a prison and tortured, Dr. John. Right? But nah, fuck it. Who cares? Who gives a shit about any of that?
we heard from the Director of Behavioral Health for the Indiana Department of Corrections. Dr. Deanna Dwenger testified that Richard Allen was diagnosed with serious mental illness and also determined to be gravely disabled around the time of his confessions. She also said, according to DOC rules, inmates diagnosed with those mental health issues are only supposed to be kept in solitary confinement for up to 30 days. Allen was kept in solitary confinement for much longer than that, including the time period leading up to and after his diagnosis. Dr. Dwenger acknowledged that is toxic for someone with mental health conditions.
See what I'm saying? Oh, wait. Let's continue.
I hope this book is a warning flare to people everywhere. Are you serious? Oh my God. I don't think I can come back from this. Woo! This is a manure spreader. They're out here. It's like driving down a country road behind a fucking manure spreader. Jesus Christ. It's a warning flare. Is it? You know what's a warning flare? Is when people misuse the goddamn legal system. Lauren and Kevin, an attorney, and Anya, a so-called journalist. Fuck off. Fuck all the way off. Y'all, it's Friday. It's Halloween. And I've had it. These people controlling the narrative, right? When we're living in a society now that has no real legacy media. We have to rely on people like Andrea and Bob and Lawyer Lee to tell us what the fuck is going on in a trial that should be public and should be transparent. And then you have these two dumbasses who are sneaking around in people's backyards, approaching Mr. Allen's fucking father or something, stepdad on their porch, making up shit in the early days. Give me a fucking break. This book serves as a warning flare? Yes, it does. And it's going to hopefully be Exhibit B at a contempt hearing in, I don't know, somebody's future. Because y'all are telling on yourselves. There's already good faith belief that Nick McClellan should be forced by the courts and Holman, because I think it's going to be very important soon. There's already a good faith belief that can be filed against Nick and Holman for contempt of court. There just is.
Man, Andy is the truth. I ain't gonna lie to you. I said, ooh, we. And shout out to subtext Dickhead McClellan. As he should. As he should, as they saying, yeah, like they are, you know, me either. I seen this shit, they are so fucking gross. Me either, Costa. Like, that's why, man, I'm on this shit. Like, it's just, man, this shit is crazy, bro. This shit is so fucking crazy, bro. Shout out to all the OG cranks, man. God damn, shout out to y'all, bro. Man, I appreciate y'all so much for just staying on it, man. Even though it happened to y'all still on, I appreciate y'all for that. Let's keep going.
When you fuck with the legal system, the way Lauren has done, the way these two jabronis have done, yes, I said jabronis. Yes, it is a warning flare. And again, I have on, on my understanding and belief is that their book, it's a goddamn roadmap. Somebody FedEx it to the appeals attorneys or to the post-conviction cranks, right? All right, let's fucking proceed because Jesus wept. Here we go. I seriously don't know how much more of this I can take.
Any case can go this route. If you have all the right kind of ingredients, we can see this again and again and again, where you have antisocial behavior online spilling out into real life consequences for people.
Okay. All right. Okay. Angela's father, done. After being swatted by Jerry Holman, murder sheet named. Right? That's the antisocial behavior.
In 10 years, saying you like true crime might be something where people are like, so do you like doxing people and like threatening the prosecutor? Like we don't.
Jesus wept. Doxing people? Anybody want to talk about who they doxed? Anybody? Let's see. Private chats obtained, as Kara Winnicke said to a newspaper, in her belief, illegally obtained text messages between a group that Anya and Kevin hated for whatever reason, including some deeply respected attorneys.
Mm, 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 mm. That's why I say shout out to all the OGs, shout out to Andy, shout out to all the cranks, you know what I'm saying? Because this is real shit. And what's CrimeCon? Kasha? You sure that's why the dynamic duo stopped going there, Bob and Ellie? Go to the next clip.
Just came out and said that, and that's where crank comes from, friends. These two labeled this community, who have more fucking collective knowledge about this case than any attorney, or these two jabronis, cranks. And you know what? They own it. Because if being a crank is wrong, I don't want to be right. Because if you aren't cranks, then y'all are something fucking nasty. They went after Bob Mata. They even went so far as to say that he might have been fudging around with some fundraising. Check that one out. They went after Ali Mata. Woo! Would not want to get on that woman's bad side. These two, fuck it. Kara Winnicke, goddamn saint. Michael Osbrook, habeas corpus, who wins, I don't know if it's plurality, but it's very close to the fucking habeas, right? And these two, plus private citizens out there living their lives. These two, liars. They're sitting here lying to Lauren's face, and she's like, yeah, you bet. 100%, y'all. I'm in it for the clicks. Clickety, clickety, click. Let's see what else these idiots have to say.
So embarrassing. And
yes, you are.
They're big impact. They make a big real life impact.
Oh boy. Oh, what a humdinger. Oh, this is one for the ages. Yeah. Woof.
Yeah, I mean, look at the families of the girls. They've been dragged through the mud. They've been stalked. They've been harassed.
Excuse me? They've been stalked. They've been harassed. These two motherfuckers contacted a man who was a represented party asking him about his plea, a legally innocent man, before the trial. These two idiots concocted some fucking story about Richard Allen's wife wanting to divorce him. Then, hey, called him up right before trial. Hey, do you want to comment on your wife wanting to divorce you? Well, that was a fucking setup. None of that actually happened. But these two, woo-wee, they were all over it.
Oh, wow. So who is this? Is this Murder Sheets right here? Okay. Because they told Kathy, they told Richard Allen before the trial that his wife, oh, this is dirty work. Oh, wait. Oh, we see y'all see how much I'm learning that now. Now it gets deeper. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. So they did all this to these people. Oh my God. They from there? Oh, wait, this is dirty work. Do you know how damaging that is to go to him and, man, this is some fuck. Oh, let's continue. Now, we finna get to the Andrea Burkhardt, the Sleuths, and the other great people of this crank movement, right? Who gonna rip they shit apart they talking about. Let's continue.
The state's theory that the girls were dead by 2:32 p.m.
Yep.
The answer is yes.
We had what I like to call anchors in time. We knew the video was taken at 2:13. That's an anchor. We know the phone stopped moving at 2:32. Now we have anchors or bumpers within which the crime occurred.
The phone stops moving at 2:32. It's underneath the body of Abby Williams, and basically said she did it deliberately to catch her killer. That means all of this had to happen in 19 minutes. Yep. Abduction, going down the hill, crossing a creek, taking off clothes, putting on clothes, keeping one girl quiet while cutting the other's throat, which still baffles me. I don't know what if they weren't, if neither of them was bound in any way. I don't know anyone who would sit there and watch one be brutally murdered in the open and not run away. So that right there,
yeah, scream.
No, they have no reason to be quiet. You can't, when you see that, you can't think, oh, if I just comply, then they're not gonna hurt me, because now you're seeing you've complied and they're hurting her. So there's no incentive not to scream. There's no incentive not to try to run.
Even aside from that, though, he was outnumbered. Libby was both of the girls were the same. Yeah, they both of them were the same height as this man, and they were in better shape than he was. Libby was an actual swimmer, and the man had a heart condition.
Right.
And
That,
you
yes.
can't even pay him to order people around. When the day West got testified, she even spoke about that when she's interviewing Kathy. He continued, like, there were several instances where he took demotions because the anxiety of having to order people around was too great for him. Like, him, it was like an anxiety thing. Like, he really couldn't even do it for money. And so the notion that he's got a heart condition, debilitating anxiety when it comes to ordering people around, he would have had to wake up and develop an entirely new personality.
Authorities. Man, shout out to the beautiful Andrea Burkhardt, the beautiful Sloot, and them other two ladies on there. And shout out to the beautiful Boogies, Bug. She's in the building. Hello, beautiful lady. Now look, this crazy work now, right? Like I said, this shit's so fucking alarming. You know, you can hear this shit from where I'm at to all around the fucking globe, right? This dude had mental problems, and they wanted to try to take him being self-harm to something else, right? So they telling me this guy who going through and having anxiety problems, he got heart problems like they just said. You got these girls, one of them who's a swimmer and they both his height, and say that he able to do that? And this on this bitch ass 19-minute egregious ass timeline. You know, that them other dummies we just listened to was saying like this is some fucked up shit. Oh, was T shout out to T and All Eyes on Delphi. This crazy. Like a fucking toddler could get this fucking case right. And I ain't bullshitting. I'm not on here trying to make nobody fucking laugh or nothing. A fucking toddler, a fourth grader, could see this shit and know it's some bullshit. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Got heart problems, anxiety. Oh, he's able to do all this, though. No fucking evidence, no DNA, no nothing to him. You bitches talking about a motherfucking bullet, you piece of shit, fucking pussycat hoe cake motherfuckers. A bullet that wasn't, it was inconclusive, and you bitches had to do some weird ass shit and just put it on him. And y'all excluded the other two motherfuckers. Now, as a matter of fact, they excluded the bitch ass Ron Logan, who yard it was. Yeah, and all that terror and lightning speed. Yeah, right, Books? Right? Oh yeah, fucking stent in his heart did it in all that terror and light, man, right? Like you got to be a stupid motherfucker, right, to believe this shit. Like them cornballs who we was listening to earlier. You just got to be ignorant. The illiteracy is at an all-time high. Shout out to the beautiful Nefarious in the building. This shit got me so fucking mad, right? Like, I really don't give a fuck, because this change you. This make you see motherfuckers for who the fuck they is. People out here to get what the fuck they want to get. You got genuine fucking people, but people ain't fucking genuine. One day you're here, next day you're gone, face-ass motherfuckers, right? They turn corrupt on you and shit and do all this other weird-ass shit like they doing on reaction. That's why it's free Richard Allen until Ricky is free. The egregious 19-minute time. Now, let's continue to take this walk. Oh, yeah, like Bug say, not in fucking Indiana. Nefarious in the building. Hey, beautiful. Free underscore Ricky underscore Bay in the building. Hello, beautiful. Man, I'm so fucking pissed right now, y'all. I wish y'all could understand. Because, like, new information is getting presented, right? I'm telling you, I didn't know Cuz had no heart problem. Or he had something in it. I didn't know he had this anxiety. I didn't know that Cuz was having self-harm problems. But you know, them cocksuckers tried to make it look like he was something else. Then you know that head and shoulders, fat Michelin man built son of a bitch talking about, oh, he was probably looking at his daughter. You stupid fuck. But ain't that the stupidest? You stupid fucking talking about he had these fucking ideas and said, but you head and shoulders, Tebow body got more belly than you got body, ain't been able to see your penis and yours, face ass stupid motherfuckers. You got to be stupid. And you got them idiot motherfuckers feeling justified because them bitches got this weak ass shit going, right? Man, this some fucked up shit because they justify because of all the fuckery that happened to a fucking veteran. That means something. That means something to me. I ain't know shit about it, but I know somebody now. Like I say it. And it's fucked up now. They think this old man who got these problems, like he ain't even, even capable of even thinking like that if you think about it. He ain't even capable of even thinking of coming up with a plan like that if you really think about it, everybody. He ain't right. And they said, boy, he turned into Superman. He went from Richard Allen to fucking Super Richard Allen in 19 minutes with all these problems. Man, he did that. Get the fuck out of here. And then you got Sloppy Joe Face, what's that fucking name? Talking about if you don't like how the investigation go, leave the country. Man, fuck you. Fuck you. Bullshit ass investigation. Fuck you. And fuck anybody who think Richard Allen did that shit. Go suck on some monkey nuts, you piece of shit bitches. Because if anybody think that shit, y'all fucking ignorant. Y'all ignorant as fuck. It ain't a fucking mustard seed percentage of evidence that's pointing at this dude. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I know I'm extra and shit. Let's continue.
Authorities believe the girls walked through this nature trail, and we know about an hour after they started their hike, they ended up right here on this railroad bridge.
At 2:07 p.m., Liberty uploads this Snapchat photo of Abigail walking across the train tracks over this bridge. That would be their last communication. Less than an hour later, the teens are scheduled to be picked up, but they never show.
They started looking for them around 5:30. They got law enforcement involved.
Hundreds of volunteers combed the trail looking for any sign of the girls. Police checking those Snapchat pictures for clues. Liberty's grandfather speaking to WLFI.
Missing, abducted, we don't know for sure. Cell phone has been pinging around town.
Describe that search and the volunteers. This is something that really, really impacted the community.
It did. We had estimating well over, I'd say, 200 to 300 volunteers, and then, of course, emergency responders, which included law enforcement, local firefighters. We searched well into the night and the early morning hours.
But the next day, detectives discover their bodies 3/4 of a mile from that very bridge seen in Liberty's last Snapchat.
So you believe that one person in 1 hour got the girls across the creek, got them undressed, got them murdered, got them redressed, got them posed, got the sticks on them, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, one person in 1 hour did all of those things. Mr. Baldwin asks, would you agree it would be easier if there were two people? Lieutenant Holman says no. No, I don't think I would agree it would be easier for two people to do that. Is that a reasonable denial? That it would be an easier thing for two people to accomplish all of these tasks than for one person? Are we not to use our brains here? The jury will be instructed that they are not.
The wind hums low, a hollow refrain through cracked window panes. It calls my name. The clock ticks slow. Its echo stays. Each moment drags, then slips away. Blue, blue curtains are hiding all my pain. Blue, blue curtains are dancing in the rain. Blue, blue curtains keep the shine The walls close in, shadows stretch along. Night wears a mask where dreams don't belong.
Hey, we back. Can y'all hear me? Let me know if we good, y'all. We had a little technical difficulty. Y'all know I'm Mr. Operator Error. Y'all gotta know that by now. Let me know if we good and y'all can hear me good and clear. I want to make sure we don't have these errors no more. Can y'all hear me good? Because I want to continue so we can continue talking that shit. I appreciate y'all. We ain't playing about this one, man. I've been, you know, I appreciate that. I've been Mr. Nice Guy too fucking, I'm just, sick of this dumbass corruption shit that's going on, right? And it just make you really not even fucking really just trust fucking people because people ain't shit. They ain't shit. People ain't shit. Look what happened to this guy right here. Think about all the people who fucked you over in life. You didn't see it, but they just fucking you over and you don't even know it. Well, it just make you wake up to reality and see real shit. Man, what was I? I was right. I think I need to play her again because I want to hear this again.
Authorities believe the girls walked through this nature trail, and we know about an hour after they started their hike, they ended up right here on this railroad bridge.
At 2:07 p.m., Liberty uploads this Snapchat photo of Abigail walking across the train tracks over this bridge. That would be their last communication. Less than an hour later, the teens are scheduled to be picked up, but they never show.
They started looking for them around 5:30. They got law enforcement involved.
Hundreds of volunteers combed the trail looking for any sign of the girls. Police checking those Snapchat pictures for clues. Liberty's grandfather speaking to WLFI.
Missing, abducted, we don't know for sure. Cell phone has been pinging around town.
Describe that search, the volunteers. This is something that really, really impacted the community.
It did. We had estimating well over, I'd say, 200 to 300 volunteers. And then, of course, emergency responders, which included law enforcement, local firefighters. We searched well into the night and the early morning hours.
But the next day, detectives discover their bodies. 3/4 of a mile from that very bridge seen in Liberty's last Snapchat.
So you believe that one person in 1 hour got the girls across the creek, got them undressed, got them murdered, got them redressed, got them posed, got the sticks on them, et cetera, et cetera. Yes, one person in 1 hour did all of those things. Mr. Baldwin asks, would you agree it would be easier if there were 2 people? Lieutenant Holman says no. No, I don't think I would agree it would be easier for 2 people to do that. Is that a reasonable denial? That it would be an easier thing for 2 people to accomplish all of these tasks than for 1 person? Are we not to use our brains here? The jury will be instructed that they are not to leave their common sense at the courthouse door.
I mean, beautiful and true. Burkett, the beautiful and true Burkett. That's what I want to know. Is we not to use our brains here? Don't you think it'll take more than 1 person? Don't you say the jurors was supposed to use common sense? But I'm telling you that Odinism, all them motherfuckers connected, scary bitches, was gonna get fucked up or something was gonna happen to them. That's real shit. That's what happened, y'all. That's what happened. That's what happened. And not only that, the bitch ass girl was just allowing shit and wasn't letting shit in. That's what happened. We got to keep it a buck. We can't sit here and run from it. We gotta go right to it. Right? Man, it's just fucked up, bro. Man, I'm so fucked up about this shit. Y'all gotta understand, I'm really fucked up about this. Because I didn't know. Damn. And it just brings you to fucking reality, man. To see you can't really trust a motherfucking person, bro. People will fuck you over out here, bro. Shout out to the beautiful growth in the building. Man, stop saying you late. Because I live on the river, I can hear the trains in the town that is 9 miles away from my house. No fucking way. Exactly. And both LE also claims there was no video, audio. Yeah, that's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. Bunch of lying motherfucking pussycats. That's all it is. Lying fucking pussycats. They lying fucking whores. That's what they is. And they can go suck on a giraffe nutsack. Right? Real talk. Real talk. Cause this fucking 19-minute fucking timeline. They talk about this shit really got me pissed off. Knowing that this dude had a fucking heart problem, bro. Anxiety, knowing that he had a mental fucking problem for real. And her and Westcott say he was fucked up before he became he was cell. He was a fucking cell, y'all. And they did fucking Richard Allen like this. This shit ain't right. Shit ain't right, bro. Shit ain't right. Ain't nothing about this shit right. Nothing. This was fuckery from the fucking beginning, man. No, I wasn't fuckery from the beginning, because them bitches, I don't know, yeah, it was fuckery from the beginning, because they couldn't figure out who to try to get. They couldn't figure out who to try to get, but the pressure got too much for these hoes. Man, fuck them bitches, man. Fuck all of them, bro. I mean that with everything. Give me, fuck them. I mean that with everything. Give me, bro. Fuck them, bro. Like, this how the fuck people do good people, right? And I don't like that shit. Yeah, but I don't like when people do good people like this. You know, people do something great for somebody and then they just fuck them over. That's some fucked up people. Oh, wait. Oh, wait. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. That's why I say, man, like, that's why I rock with the ghost so hard. Like, 'cause what he did for Karen Reed, bro, like, man, just think if the goat, you know, if he had a goat like that, like, or just had more pressure, because Ange was the goat, but if he had more pressure, what I'm saying, right? Like, I'm just using that as a term, right? Because we know what he did to uncover this huge fucking corruption in Massachusetts, right? That's why, like, I don't give a fuck about no Karen Reed civil case. I give a fuck about it that it's good for the goat. I ain't got no problem with her, no, but I'm just keeping it 100. Don't care. I'm glad she's free, cause she innocent. She innocent. Let's just cook her, no debating. But you know, the shit that happened with the God, you know, it's this church going over this. It just brings back that, cause I'm thinking, like, what if he had a goat bomb? Man. Man, free Ricky underscore say only 43 seconds that they showed to the jury, the court, and LE never wanted that video to get out. Per crank work brought into the light. Man, it's some bullshit. Right, it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit. So text say, before trial, Dickolas accused defense of inventing the oldness angle. After trial, Dickolas took credit for, oh, you fucking kidding me. Now, see, I ain't even fucking know that. Now, I know that they was questioning that Odin angle, but now this bitch ass, fucking fake ass Matthew McCartney, off-brand looking motherfucker was taking credit for it. You son, man, there's some fucked up shit going on down there, bro. And man, we better, you know, like, why I say, man, we got to make this noise, man. Got to make this noise, man, for real. Damn. We got to make this noise for real. Because, you know, like, you know somebody is innocent. and I get it. You know, I get it how people could look at this and just be like, man, no, this clear-cut, no debate. You know, Richard Allen finna win this case. I get it. I can understand how people was looking at it like that. And then it go the other way. I get it. Right? But, you know, and it's a big gut punch. Make you fall to your knee. But real time, we get back up and we fight back. Let's go. Let's go. Man. He gave an interview after trial, rewriting the entire history of outcome of forensic investigation. Had me, I cannot believe that son of a bitch. And that fucking asshole was talking about, yeah, I knew forensic, but we weren't really, shut your bitch ass up. We wouldn't really know each other. Like, shut your bitch ass up, you lying motherfucker. You just didn't want to see that work he was bringing to you because y'all was connected around town. We know that shit. They tried to make it sound like Odin is one in Carroll County, yet the tattoo parlor directly across the street from the courthouse is named Odin's Den. They made them cover their signs. Oh my God, during trial? Is that what you about to say? During the trial. And Gross said, by the way, Crowberg is innocent. Everybody's saying that now. I'm hearing a lot of people say that, Gro. I'm hearing a lot of people say that. Yeah, I see. I didn't, you know, I didn't know they was on it. I didn't know they was on this, you know, because I just know them from the GOAT going, you know. I ain't know nothing about Richard Allen, but I'm glad I know now. I'm glad I know now. Let's continue, y'all.
Out all over the streets of Delphi, flashlights, walking, just groups, and hundreds of people seem to be coming out to help us look.
People split up and went through each finger of that trail system. We don't know which direction he came from or where he went.
Within an hour and 23 minutes of her last Snapchat post, you were there, looking around.
Yes.
Okay, hour and 23 minutes. You're there looking around. You don't see anybody. You don't see the guy, and he just disappears.
Well, actually, there was somebody there at 3:14. Libby's dad was there to pick them up.
At 3:14?
At 3:14. He called them first at 3:11 and said, I'm almost there, start heading back to the trailhead. And he got there at 3:14 and called them again and said, hey, I'm here. And she still didn't answer. So he started walking the trails.
Okay, that's 41 minutes.
Yes, at that time, he started walking the trails. He called me at 3:30. So he had already been there.
The family and other people showed up and started walking around yelling for the girls. And from where the crime scene is, you could definitely hear people on the bridge.
Oh, really? Really, Holman? Really?
Depending on the time of year, you necessarily can't see the bridge due to foliage or whatever, but you can hear people. So I believe that he was attempting to abduct them. That didn't work. He was going to sexually assault them there. That's why their clothes were off. And then he heard people in the search party, got scared, killed them, left.
No fucking way. That totally blows up your own timeline, Mr. Holman.
Mm-hmm.
There's no search party. There's no search party from 2:30 to 3:30. Nobody's fucking looking for them. That is a bullshit lie.
Per usual.
Now, do everybody see why this shit don't make no sense? Shout out to the beautiful Laura Arnaldo. She's in the building. She say, hey everyone, I'm so late, but I do have a question. If anyone knows, do we know if he's being treated any better? Is he able to get medical attention he needs? Mo was right. All of the document, let me see. All of the, let me see. All of the documents I'm catching up on, yeah. I don't know. That's why I say, beautiful Laura Ronaldo, man, we got to send every prayer we can. Love you too, beautiful Laura Ronaldo. We got to send every prayer we can, right? And make sure, you know, we put the biggest angel around Richard Allen, right? Man, hold up. But I don't know. I hope so. I hope so. I sure hope so. Yeah, how did he do this in the amount of time by himself and no one heard anything? Like, why? How could he do this? I didn't even know he had a heart problem. Yeah, we need to be his turtle boy. You ain't know. That's why I'm going hard for this, right? Like, for real. He had a heart problem, anxiety. And you know, you got head and shoulders, Michelin man built Debo body, right? Got more head than he got body face ass. Dude, talking about, he started talking about his daughter, like he was looking at his daughter. Shut your dumb ass. Man, this shit got me mad. Oh, wee. Oh, what have done this? I'm sorry, girl. Oh, wee. But it got me motivated, though. Right? Like, real talk. And you know why? You know why? Because it could have been me. It could have been you, right? I want everybody to think about this shit. Real talk. It could have been me. It could have been you that this happened to. It could have been your family member, your child, right? This could have happened to y'all. Like, real talk. And I'm telling you, and that's what people should think of. It could have been you. Man, this got me so, I'm fired up, y'all. No cap. Man. Really, it could be me, you, him, her, you. It could be all of us, y'all. I'm sorry, that Huckleberry back. Ain't no more Mr. Fucking Nice Guy. I'm sick of that shit. I'm sick of being Mr. Fucking Nice Guy and shit. Tired of that shit. Huckleberry back. Shout out to the beautiful Shell in the building. I'm back. I'm back on one, right? Like, cause you're wrong, you're right. You know, you can't, you win, you lose. I don't give a fuck. I'm back. Fuck that shit. I'm about that X and everybody else on that shit. So let me get back on that shit then. Right? Let me get back on that shit then. Because this egregious 19 minutes fucking timeline. Like, how the fuck Richard Allen had the goddamn time to do that? Why this ain't the biggest fucking story? Right? Come on now. Just imagine if he had if he had a Turtle Boy at the time, but Turtle Boy was going through his shit, and friend Karen Reed, right? But he had a lot of other people behind him, but this man needed more help than ever, but now we got to make sure we deliver. And that's real talk. It's not even just what happened to Rick. It could happen to anyone. It's also connecting the wrong guy to a crime means other potential victims will also never get the real, talk subtext. Damn, talk that shit. That's what it's about. And as we could see, in this fraudulent, the worst investigation I ever seen in my fucking life, where none of the fucking people want to cooperate. They fucking failed the polygraphs. They don't want to take them no more. They refuse to do them. They ain't tell they look. They lawyering up. Man, this is the worst shit I ever seen in my fucking life, man. Oh, let's continue, y'all, with my talking ass. I'm sorry.
There was hundreds and hundreds of people that showed up volunteering to come put them into a search party and let them go.
If you look at when Libby took the video that everybody believes is the abduction, the beginning of the abduction of the girls, and when the cell phone of Libby is found underneath Abby's body the next day, it stops moving just 19 minutes after that video. So that means if it's one person, they have only 19 minutes to go from the bridge, down the hill, through the woods, cross a creek that's a pretty big creek, go up the hill on the other side into a little wooded area, and then he has to kill at least one girl, and he's only got 19 minutes to do that because Abby falls on top of the phone, and the police admit it didn't move again. She didn't move again. She lay on top of that phone until they found her body the next day. So that's really, really tight. And oh, that doesn't even include the girls taking off their clothes and switching clothes, and Abby ends up wearing Libby's clothes. So that's a lot to do in 19 minutes for one person. He's a small man, 5'5", and they think he had a gun, but that's a lot. That's one of the reasons that the defense says it's more than one person, not one person.
Following the timeline, we know that it's Bridge Guy who kidnapped them, and that after that, they're dead. The girls are dead. So if we can ID Bridge Guy, we can ID the killer, and he is guilty of felony murder. Fast forward to 2022. It's a lot of skipping over, but we fast forward to 2022 when Kathy Shank finds a tip form, an old lead sheet from Dan Doolin, and it strikes her because she doesn't remember having seen it before. The lead sheet contained a report about a man being on the trail between 1:30 and 3:30. And that he had run into girls on the trail, and that those girls were Bree Wilbur and Rayleigh Voorhees.
It became apparent and clear what the state was trying to do, establish that this is what happened, this is how the girls felt on the bridge that day. Richard Allen's Bridge Guy, if you think about that interview, what he said he was wearing, he put himself at the bridge at that time. The time's changed a bit, though, I do want to point out. Initially, Dan Doolin, bringing in the tip, a couple days after the murders of Abby and Libby, he said he was there noon to 1:30. Well, on this day, he changed that. He said 1:30 to 3:30.
Do y'all see this shit? Do y'all hear how we got to go hard for this shit? This is some fucked up shit. Railroad. Kathy forget. What the fuck you mean you don't think she could forget what the shit she going through? Right, and I got so much empathy for Kathy because Kathy, we with you, it's not your fault. She told her husband to do the right fucking thing. And him doing the right thing, it got him like that. I can guarantee you she blame herself, but it ain't your fault. It's these bitch-ass motherfuckers' fault. And fuck them. Oh, wait, I got to hear that again, y'all. I'm sorry.
There was hundreds and hundreds of people that showed up volunteering to come put them into a search party and let them go.
If you look at when Libby took the video that everybody believes is the abduction, the beginning of the abduction of the girls, and when the cell phone of Libby is found underneath Abby's body the next day, it stops moving just 19 minutes after that video. So that means if it's one person, they have only 19 minutes to go from the bridge, down the hill, through the woods, cross a creek that's a pretty big creek, go up the hill on the other side into a little wooded area, and then he has to kill at least one girl, and he's only got 19 minutes to do that because Abby falls on top of the phone, and the police admit it didn't move again. She didn't move again. She lay on top of that phone until they found her body the next day. So that's really, really tight. And oh, that doesn't even include the girls taking off their clothes and switching clothes, and Abby ends up wearing Libby's clothes. So that's a lot to do in 19 minutes for one person. He's a small man, 5'5", and they think he had a gun, but that's a lot. That's one of the reasons that the defense says it's more than one person, not one person.
Think about that. He had time enough to do all of that. One of the young girls fouled up under the phone, and it's like that till they found him the next day. It didn't move. Right, but it's get crazy though because they gonna bring up stuff on her. Shout out to Classic because she put this together. They gonna bring up some stuff. Oh, shout out to the beautiful Laura. Oh, she like turn, but she said no, turn up. 10 toes down for the Huckleberry, and that's exactly what we're gonna do. Thank you, Laura Ronaldo. Appreciate you to death. Love you to death. No turn up. Now look, this what got me mad, child. Like real talk, it got me mad. Right? Because the phone up under her, right? The phone up under her, y'all, right? And you telling me it didn't move until the next day. Oh, but what about them taking off their clothes? How he holding them? We need answers, ladies and gentlemen. And Rick didn't lie to Kathy about being on the bridge. LE enforcement lied to her. Rick couldn't have remembered 5 years later, so he deferred to Dullin's report for not knowing Dullin's changed other facts. That's oh, Tokyo's boy, Subtext, you is a beast. How the fuck is Richard Allen? And you see how they was trying to confuse him in there. He was like, no, oh, you had on this or you had on that. Man, fuck y'all. You bitches let Ron Logan, who failed the fucking polygraph, tell you bitches he ain't doing it again. Man, go suck a horse nut. Man, fuck y'all. For real. I mean that. Like, they are some fucking pieces of shit, y'all. And I mean that with it. They are some funky pieces of shit. The motherfucker, the dude, they talking about he had a different way of doing his fucking polygraph. His name was, I don't forget what the fucking name, but he was from another department. And they say, no, this ain't the way you do it. You're wrong. What? The fucking Clegan fucking motherfucker is the fucking dude on the Facebook. He talking to her overnight. Right, Lord. He talking to her right overnight. Yeah, Logan fed his polygraph, so they fired the polygrapher, then they killed the next polygraph, and that was Stephanie, right? Man, this is some bullshit. This is some bullshit. And I remember he talking about, oh, we took him to the prison, and we thought he had a couple of days to sit there, we'll come talk to him. Man, shut y'all bitch ass up. Y'all know what y'all bitch ass went there to do. Y'all went there to fuck with him, like you bitches did. Yeah, Steph and her 16, man, they can go old. You saw, man, I fuck y'all, bro. Like, in real time. Like Bama said, you don't put no innocent pretrial defendant into a fucking prison and put him into fucking solitary confinement. You know you ain't supposed to be in there no 15 days. He was in there a total of 13 fucking months. 5 months before he talked to his fucking wife. They fucked him up. Oh, let's continue. I'm sorry.
There's this road that goes right underneath the bridge.
That area.
Now, before we play that, that's why I'm so pissed off, y'all, right? Because shout out to Classic. Look at this Clegan Klein piece of shit. This is what I'm talking about on the Facebook.
Libby's phone was found at the crime scene. We were able to get into her phone and discovered Libby had been speaking to an Anthony Schatz.
It was my sleepover that we were at when my sister and her friend were talking to someone on the internet, and Liberty and I were kind of just like in the background watching, observing. And they, thought he was fun and cool. And he was like, oh, I have another friend I think you guys would like, which was Anthony Schatz. And so then they were like DMing him.
In reality, Libby had been speaking with a person by the name of Kagan Klein.
Kagan Klein was in his 20s, unemployed, and living at his dad's house, approximately 30 to 40 minutes from Delphi.
He liked to catfish girls for nude pictures and anything else that he thought he could obtain from them.
Police discovered that he chatted the night before the murders with Libby.
And those communications appeared to be sexually motivated?
Police raided Kagan Klein's house on February 25th, 2017. They found a bunch of his phones, including over 100 videos and photos of naked underage girls.
Oh, I love free_Ricky_Bay. Keegan Klein. Yeah. But look at this shit right here, though, y'all. How does this shit fucking add up? This is the worst shit. How the fuck do this shit add up? This motherfucker was playing like he was that little boy, saying he want to meet up, then y'all go in there and find this for him, and Richard Allen is the suspect. You don't believe, if y'all let it go on Keegan Klein, man, this is and then remember, they wrote something like they did, and then he said his daddy did it. What was that he wrote, y'all? And then he said his daddy did that, right? Yeah, he let him roam the street for 3 fucking years. And then they just let that shit go. I can't make this up. This is what I'm telling you. What I've been looking at, I can't make this up. I really can't. This is diabolical, my people. Oh, super diabolical. Claiming to be the boy. Meeting up, talking about you need new girls and stuff like that. Like, come on, they found out. And this was before they even did it. They found out that he was that, and they said it was nothing. If I'm correct. But this is some fucked up shit. And they got me all the way fucked up. Like, real talk. Real talk, man. This is the real shit right here. Yeah, Flora is just as bad. Yeah, I know. I got to look into that too about the girls on fire, and they just let that go, man. That fucking assholesman, fucking turkey neck, elephant face bitch ain't shit. I can't stand that motherfucker. Like, man. Like, because I just go back to where they talk about his condition and they try to say this was him. What the fuck are y'all talking about?
The state's theory that the girls were dead by 2:32 p.m.
Yep.
The answer is yes.
We had what I like to call anchors in time. We knew the video was taken at 2:13. That's an anchor. We know the phone stopped moving at 2:32. Now we have anchors or bumpers within which the crime occurred.
The phone stops moving at 2:32. It's underneath the body of Abby Williams, and basically said she did it deliberately to catch her killer. That means all of this had to happen in 19 minutes. Yep. Abduction, going down the hill, crossing a creek, taking off clothes, putting on clothes, keeping one girl quiet while cutting the other's throat, which still baffles me. I don't know what if they weren't, if neither of them was bound in any way. I don't know anyone who would sit there and watch one be brutally murdered in the open and not run away. So that right there,
was scream.
No, they have no reason to be quiet. You can't, when you see that, you can't think, oh, if I just comply, then they're not gonna hurt me, because now you're seeing you've complied and they're hurting her. So there's no incentive not to scream. There's no incentive not to try to run.
Even aside from that, though, he was outnumbered. Libby was both of the girls were the same. Yeah, they both of them were the same height as this man, and they were in better shape than he was. Libby was an actual swimmer, and the man had a heart condition.
Right.
And you can't even pay him to order people around. When the day West got testified, she even spoke about that. When she's interviewing Kathy, he continued, like, there were several instances where he took demotions because the anxiety of having to order people around was too great for him. Like, it was like an anxiety thing. Like, he really couldn't even do it for money. And so the notion that he's got a heart condition, debilitating anxiety when it comes to ordering people around, he would have had to wake up and develop an entirely new personality.
Authorities. Look at that shit. You know, and like I said, look at that. How the fuck is Richard Allen in his state gonna be able to do all that, what they said he did? In his state. I need everybody to answer that for me. How he gonna do that in his state that he's in? How is he gonna be able to orchestrate that? Do that make any sense? Do that make any fucking sense? That's the stupidest shit I ever heard in my life in 19 fucking minutes. In his condition. What? Ooh, let's continue, y'all. I'm sorry.
And the very first witness out of the bat, they wanted to contradict that guy who claimed he had the van driving down the road with this report where he had spoken to an FBI agent and another agent and said, yeah, I in fact, didn't come home right away. So I wouldn't have been home till 5 o'clock, not 3 o'clock, which would have been the time that it would have to have been, something after 3. But the guy got on the stand, very first witness, and he won't agree to that. He's like, they even show him the piece of paper where it says inside the piece of paper, this is what he said. He was at the interview and he's like, yep, I fully remember that. That's refreshed my recollection. I have no idea, except I think he came straight home. It's like, whoa. So they're trying to get the FBI agent. But the problem is the FBI agent is in Texas and he's in charge of election coverage for the FBI in Texas. So he's not available. They asked for him to be able to come by videotape and the judge said, no, that's not a good enough reason. That plus the fact that he has medical conditions, even those put together, she said, nope, you can't present him by video. So I don't know if they're going to be able to offer him at all. They may not be able to get that fact in.
Speaking of illogical, it's like we can do everything today with technology, but for whatever reason that anybody would ever say no to legitimate evidence being presented to somebody accused whose life is literally on the line, but because you didn't, make a good enough argument for somebody to present by video, which like most courts, that's completely normal. And, you have to have a reason to not let them appear by video if they're not going to be able to appear. I mean, that just is so illogical to me.
But it's a grand total of 19 minutes from the time Libby films the abduction to the time that Abby is, according to the state's theory, lying on top of Libby's phone, which never moves again. And that is crazy. I mean, that's really fast. The steps also didn't work. He talked about the steps being enough to get down to the road right below, but I think it needed to go a step further. That might be true for the defense theory, but it's also true that the steps don't match, that there are only 2 flights of stairs. And it was, if you take the change in altitude, it's 65 feet down to the creek, across the creek, and then another at least couple of floors going up. So it should have been 8 floors.
The defense introduces new evidence from Libby's cell phone that was contained in the original extraction report, but the state overlooked.
Wired headphones have been plugged into the phone at 5:44 p.m. on February 13th and unplugged at 10:32 p.m. on the 13th. It was right there in their data. Literally, they didn't swipe far enough to the left. And it says wired headphones in.
When she got to that moment, the person who sat next to me said, "Holy," and so we both were dumbfounded by that there was a brand new timeline that they were suggesting.
The defense expert said one of the reasons why somebody might plug headphones into the phone is to silence it. And think about it. This is a time when Abby and Libby are missing. Their families are desperately trying to find them. At 5:44 p.m., right as those headphones are plugged in, a call was coming in from Libby's grandmother. And even the state concedes by that time, Richard Allen is long gone.
According to the state, Libby's phone was under her shoe, under Abby's body from 2:32 p.m. on February 13th until the bodies were found a little afternoon on the 14th.
So this was what fucked me up even more. New information presented. I know a lot of the cranks, the OG cranks knew this, but damn, it showed you that a headphone was put in there at 5:44. Then it was taken out at 10:32. Are you kidding me? Oh my. Everybody think about that shit right there. Think about that. But we'll get back to that. Like Akasha said and Laura said, no blood, no nothing. No DNA, no nothing. But the girls had some man stuff on them. Start with an S, right? Had hairs on them, right? Had the two little runes right next to them. Had the odonism, and I think it was like an elf on a tree around them, right? 19 minutes, huh? 19 minutes. Oh, is that Richard Allen property? Oh, okay. That was Ron Logan property, right? Okay. Oh, Keegan Cleave, he had been in contact with it. Oh, okay. What's that other dude, Bob something, or whatever the fuck his name is? Stay right around the corner right there. With that fucking piece of horse face shipment was trying to act like it was nothing, right? Like, this is mind-boggling. A headphone was plugged in at 5:44, right when the dad was calling my people. This is diabolical. This is diabolical. And then people said that they didn't even see it. How did they miss that? Yeah, like I say, not a what specific, not a video, not a picture, not a word Google search having to do with kids on the Richard Allen device. How did they miss that? And then I want to know this now. They talking about phones pinging. So, what Richard Allen phone ping at that time from 5:44? Did they ever bring that up? Because this is something I'm hearing now. All my cranks, let me know, did they bring that up? Did they bring that up? About where his phone pinged at from 5:44 to 10 something? Oh, yeah, this crazy. It's crazy. This crazy. I gotta hear that again. I'm sorry, y'all.
And the very first witness out of the bat, they wanted to contradict that guy who claimed he had the van driving down the road. with this report where he had spoken to an FBI agent and another agent and said, yeah, I in fact, didn't come home right away. So I wouldn't have been home till 5 o'clock, not 3 o'clock, which would have been the time that it would have to have been, something after 3. But the guy got on the stand, very first witness, and he won't agree to that. He's like, they even show him the piece of paper where it says inside the piece of paper, this is what he said. He was at the interview and he's like, yep, I fully remember that. That's refreshed my recollection. I have no idea, except I think he came straight home. It's like, whoa. So they're trying to get the FBI agent. But the problem is the FBI agent is in Texas and he's in charge of election coverage for the FBI in Texas. So he's not available. They asked for him to be able to come by videotape and the judge said, no, that's not a good enough reason. That plus the fact that he has medical conditions, even those put together, she said, nope, you can't present him by video. So I don't know if they're going to be able to offer him at all. Yeah, I may not be able to get that fact in.
Speaking of illogical, it's like we can do everything today with technology, but for whatever reason that anybody would ever say no to legitimate evidence being presented to somebody accused whose life is literally on the line, but because you didn't, make a good enough argument for somebody to present by video, which like most courts, that's completely normal. And, you have to have a reason to not let them appear by video if they're not going to be able to appear. I mean, that just is so illogical to me.
But it's a grand total of 19 minutes from the time Libby films the abduction to the time that Abby is, according to the state's theory, lying on top of Libby's phone, which never moves again. And that is crazy. I mean, that's really fast. The steps also didn't work. He talked about the steps being enough to get down to the road right below, but I think it needed to go a step further. That might be true for the defense theory, but it's also true that the steps don't match, that there were only 2 flights of stairs. And it was, if you take the change in altitude, it's 65 feet down to the creek, across the creek, and then another at least couple of floors going up. So it should have been 8 floors.
The defense introduces new evidence from Libby's cell phone that was contained in the original extraction report, but the state overlooked.
Wired headphones had been plugged into the phone at 5:44 p.m. on February 13th and unplugged at 10:32 p.m. on the 13th. It was right there in their data. Literally, they didn't swipe far enough to the left. And it says wired headphones in.
When she got to that moment, the person who sat next to me said, holy and so we both were dumbfounded by that there was a brand new timeline that they were suggesting.
The defense expert said one of the reasons why somebody might plug headphones into the phone is to silence it. And think about it. This is a time when Abby and Libby are missing. Their families are desperately trying to find them. At 5:44 p.m., right as those headphones are plugged in, a call was coming in from Libby's grandmother. And even the state concedes by that time, Richard Allen is long gone.
According to the state, Libby's phone was under her shoe, under Abby's body from 2:32 p.m. on February 13th until the bodies were found a little afternoon on the 14th.
So Libby didn't move again? Okay. That's what the state said. Headphones was put in. At 5:44, I said the father. It was the grandmother, Colin. And then they was taken out at 10:44? For real? This case will drive you crazy, so messed up, yeah. And the guy said, yeah, he was at home with his wife. The guy said, they took it with him, yep. And she said what's even more frustrating about this case is that a whole ass jury convicted him, man. People do anything to be down, y'all. People would do anything to be down. And this is clear cut right here showing you that. I ain't seen nothing like this. I ain't seen nothing like this. And I'm very, very motivated, angry as fuck, but motivated and keeping my emotions in place. But I am a dog with this shit now. God damn. I am flabbergasted. Like Laura said, I know Rick Allen's case and the crap going with Faustin and Mass will make damn good and sure the will not see something or say something. Yup. Oh, wait. Oh, Laura. Boy, ain't that the truth? Man. Man. Oh, ain't that the truth, y'all? Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. I didn't know about the headphones, man. I'm fucked up about that, child. That's fucking my head up right now. Because I didn't know. This shit is driving me cuckoo. I didn't know headphones was plugged in, and they totally missed that. But we'll get back to that. I want to play this clip right here again before I get to the other clip. And they let this guy go, but they got him now. But Rick Allen in jail.
Libby's phone was found at the crime scene. We were able to get into her phone and discovered Libby had been speaking to an Anthony Shots.
It was my sleepover that we were at when my sister and her friend were talking to someone on the internet, and Liberty and I were kind of just like in the background watching, observing. And they, thought he was fun and cool. And he was like, oh, I have another friend I think you guys would like, which was Anthony Shots. And so then they were like DMing him.
In reality, Libby had been speaking with a person by the name of Kagan Klein.
Kagan Klein was in his 20s, unemployed, and living at his dad's house, approximately 30 to 40 minutes from Delphi.
He liked to catfish girls for nude pictures and anything else that he thought he could obtain from them.
Police discovered that he chatted the night before the murders with Libby.
And those communications appeared to be sexually motivated.
Police raided Kagan Klein's house on February 25th, 2017. They found a bunch of his phones, including over 100 videos and photos of naked underage girls.
That's the most fucked up part right there. It's the most fucked up part right there. They found cuz, all this other stuff. 100 photos. They knew he was faking right. He was an Anthony Shots dude. They knew that. And they didn't give two shits, y'all. This is the craziest shit I ever seen. They didn't care. They did not care. Understand, they didn't give two shits. I cannot believe what the fuck I am looking at. The Mercy juror said that they discredited the headphones because all it took was for the state to debunk. It was that was the Google search? Is you telling me that was the fucking Google search? Subtext. Please don't tell me that's the Google search that they let that bitch ass dude do. Please don't tell me that. Please. Please, subtext, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Y'all, don't tell me that. That was oh my fucking God. Now hold the fuck up. So them two people was on the jury. The murder sheet, was they the ones on the jury? The mercy juror said that they discredit the headphones because all it took was for the state to debunk a Google search. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. Oh, and it was a Google fucking search? The car said absolutely is. Mother of Dragon said right, but they said they died way before that time. Yeah, exactly. That's right. That's right too. See what I'm? Yeah. They said they died right before. Yep, Cecil went out in the hall and did a Google search, came back and said it could have been water or dirt. They had a 15-minute on the break. The witness Googled that shit, came in our break, bam, oh my fucking God. Boy, this is some shit that you home. Oh, wee. Oh, wee. Oh, wee. Oh, wee. Oh, wee. Oh, they interviewed the juror, so we call her the murder sheet juror. Oh, okay, yeah, got you. Okay, thanks, Skinny. Oh, wee. Oh, wee. They let a fucking Google search? They said water or dirt? Oh, wee. In that gap of time, this shit is diabolical. I'm screaming to a God. Cecil failed to mention how many of the users reported form entries included all the human interventions they had to do to get their phones unstuck from headphone mode. Oh, wee. That's true. Car time I was screaming in my car. Oh, wee. Oh, wee, y'all. But look, let me get to this clip. I am fucked up about this, and we gon' oh yeah. Oh man, I love everybody here. Man, I hit that like button, Cheryl. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. If you could help the channel, super chat on they Venmo, all of this. But the like, Cheryl, and the subscription is best. Let's get to this clip.
Headphones plugged into the phone at 5:45 p.m. and then unplugged at 10:32 p.m. Not at all consistent with the state's theory of Richard Allen's involvement. But the state was able to muddy that up a little bit with this idea of, well, maybe it was dirt, maybe it was water. That's where I think they had an opportunity, like you're saying, to tie that back into the timeline and just remind people that for the state's theory to work, that phone would have had to have, been exposed to the water or the dirt no later than 2:32 in the afternoon. And so what really is the explanation for why that phone would be functioning?
Oh, hold up. Oh, shit. I ain't played the whole clip yet. Damn, Andrea Burkett is smart as hell. Now, we know that, but Jesus Christ. It had to go in there at 2:32. I'm sorry, y'all. I got a moment. Let me finish this.
Headphones plugged into the phone at 5:45 p.m. and then unplugged at 10:32 p.m. Not at all consistent with the state's theory of Richard Allen's involvement. But the state was able to muddy that up a little bit with this idea of, well, maybe it was dirt, maybe it was water. That's where I think they had an opportunity, like you're saying, to tie that back into the timeline and just remind people that for the state's theory to work, that phone would have had to have, been exposed to the water or the dirt no later than 2:32 in the afternoon. And so what really is the explanation for why that phone would be functioning apparently pretty well up until the 5:45? What would have happened at that point to suddenly cause something to register?
Richard Allen, Rick as I call him, was accused of in the middle of the day on February 13th, 2017, walking across a bridge, walking on the other side of the bridge down a sloped hill, a pretty significant slope, then down 70 feet or so to the bottom of the ravine under the bridge, across a river that was cold and moving. There was a lot of water there. The state was saying that Richard accomplished all of this by himself. He took 2 girls, kidnapped them. Their claim was he did it by holding a weapon on them, a gun. He got across the river, or the creek. It's called Deer Creek, but it's bigger than a regular creek. He looked across the creek from where he had just come, and on that little access road, he saw a van, and that caused him to freak out, is what they claim. And then he went up and killed the girls. And that's what they're alleging. That's what they're alleging. That he freaked out, killed the girls by himself, then walked up a hill on that side, which right where a cemetery was, and then got on the road. And then after killing these girls, he walked on this a road that's driven by a lot of people, and he was in the middle of the road walking, or close to the middle of the road, with blood on him and so forth. Just things that just didn't happen and don't make sense if what the state's theory is correct. Across the girls at 2:13, go down a hill, go across the river, kill one girl, then kill the other girl, all in about 17 or 18 minutes, all by himself.
Oh, wow. And Acosta say in February in Northern Indiana, they would have hypothermia. That water is fucking cold. If I say I don't know how these law tubers sat through this fucking trial and then just lose their entire mind. Oh we. We back on it, y'all, and we're gonna be on it full force. Right. I wanna let everybody know I appreciate y'all dearly for coming by, right? Like real talk, I really do. Like I appreciate everybody who come over here and rock with me. Like real talk. And so appreciate for the state explanation of work they would have need to explain what caused it to stop being stuck in the headphones mode due to suppose water, moisture, dirt, whatever the fuck. God didn't give a fuck though. True, that penguin face piece of shit, rotten, long, strong neck, 10 vein face looking bitch didn't give a damn. She didn't give a damn, y'all. And that's what's fucked up. But look, man, the OG on, y'all. I'm just now seeing that. But I'm through though, but we're gonna be back shortly. We're gonna be back later. I promise y'all that. And we ain't gonna be back too late. We're gonna be back at a good time. Cause you know, like it just is what it is, cause we gonna be back on this Richard Allen shit. Like real time, we're on this full-fledged, man. I need y'all to share this, like this, do everything y'all can, man. Hey, when y'all go over to the OG, cause I don't know how to send people, right? Let me see something real quick. How the fuck you could do that? Let me see. Let me see if I could do it on her. I don't know. Oh, I see how to make a poll now. Oh, let me make a poll real quick. Oh, I done figured out how to make a poll. Let me see something. Hold up real quick, y'all. I ain't no boomer no more. I learned how to make a poll. Hold up real quick. Now, let me just do it for my first time. I'm feeling myself. I'm feeling myself. How I look, how it come out. Let me see, did it come out? Let me see. Is it up? I might not be feeling myself too hard. I may have talked too quick. Nah, let me see something. Let me see. There it is. There, I did it, y'all. I did it. I think I did it. I did it. I did it. I did it, y'all. Do you believe in miracles? I did it. The fuck? Let me see. How the fuck would I send people? Let me see what the man. What is teleprompter? What is teleprompter? I don't know what the fuck that. What is teleprompter, y'all? Jot down the. Oh no, I said jot down the script. I'm trying to see because I want to try to send people over there. Let's see. No, that ain't it. I figured out how to do a fucking poll. Ain't that some shit? Let's see. I'm trying to figure this shit out real quick. Really? Oh, I don't think it's right here, really. Let me see. Let me see. Hold up real quick. No, that ain't it. But look, I tried. I tried. Oh, shout out to the Bill. Laura Ronaldo. She done turned me up for my first poll. Look, I got to turn y'all up real quick because I'm feeling myself on that poll. Damn, I just got to figure out that shit. But, hey, I don't know how to do it. But guess what, though? Guess what, though? Guess what, though? Y'all don't meet me there. Beat. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me see something. Oh, hold up. Let me see something, y'all. Hold up, I might got. Oh, no. That's not it. That's not it. Let me see. Is that it? No, that ain't it. Oops. But hey, I love y'all to death. Oops. Don't meet me there, beat me there. I love y'all to death. Tell the OG, Ray from Dallas sent y'all, please.
I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one, I'm the right one, yeah. 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 I'm not the one, I'm the right one. I walking like a bird, cold look, clear aim. You wanted smoke, I heard it. You talk big, all wordy, all bark, no bite. You can't win this fight. I seen your hand shake when the room got quiet. I don't need a threat, I bring it, then I write, yeah. Tick, tick, hear that whistle, step too close, get the missile. Blood in my eyes, stealing my jaw. Say my name once, then stand by the law. I'm not the one, yeah. I'm the right one.